Desde este punto, la estación de metro más cercana está a 10 kilómetros. Quiero que vuelvas a ser dueño de tu tiempo. Vamos a construir 50 kilómetros de nuevo metroférico para que llegues de volada. Tendrá 11 estaciones con 397 cabinas para darle el servicio a 7,000 capitalinos cada hora. Este proyecto lo vamos a hacer entre todos. Este es el renacimiento de la ciudad.
Este 1 de julio, para jefa de gobierno, vota a Alejandra Barrales. Por la Ciudad de México al frente.
you're trapped inside a maze. Take the lives of those you need. Throw the death and break the sea. Reap the sea. Born an angel, heaven sent. Falls from grace are never elegant. Stars with what if all the plans you made were not worth the price they pay? Back to the fairy tale, back to the show, back to the wall, and there's nowhere to go. Hopeless and desperate, all past adverse. Things looking bleak, and they're bound to get worse. Helpless and doomed, and there's no way to win. Goals unachievable, faith running dead. Lost and forlorn, impossible odds. That's when you learn you've been messing with God.
Starting today. We've
Yay.
been doing it for 3 days already. Welcome to YouTube Live at E3, hosted by Rooster Teeth. That's us. I'm Ashley.
I'm Adam.
I'm John.
I'm Mika. And coming up in 30 minutes is the Nintendo presentation, and they're going bright and early this morning. Then the E3 show floor opens, and then we're going to have all kinds of crazy interviews with the developers. They're going to be bringing their games on, showing us gameplay, answering all the questions that we have about their games, like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how open world is Anthem? And can I really, really, really play Fallout 76 without anyone? Because I don't like people. And so we'll be talking to over 40 developers for the next 3 days. But before we get into all that, we have Nintendo to talk about. So they're starting in 30 minutes. And we know they're going to focus very heavily on Smash Brothers for this E3, right? But what else?
Give me Animal Crossing or give me death. That is my only thing. That's all I want.
I don't think we're getting it.
I know, but that's all I want. Have you not seen all the summoning circles people have been doing? They've been like making satanic rituals out of Animal Crossing cards and DS cards.
I've been seeing them and judging their choices of Animal Crossing games, yes.
Fair, fair. I have too, but all I want is Animal Crossing. I know they're probably going to talk about the new Fire Emblem because they teased that that's coming for the Switch, so they're probably going to give us something, hopefully, about the new mainline Fire Emblem game. But other than that, I just want my animals. It's been so long.
Well, if they don't show us Animal Crossing, it actually busts a hole in my now long-time theory that they are using the mobile games to re-energize fan bases ahead of main titles, because they did.
That's right. They put out that mobile, and everyone thought that was going to be their
Yes,
their
we thought it was
preamble
the
to real
precursor.
thing,
They
and
did
then
that
just
with-
like, nope, that's all we're doing.
Yeah, they did it
Deal
with
with it.
Pokemon, Mario, and now they have and Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
So, as your long-standing theory should go,
What is this?
I don't know, it's fancy.
What is this?
Nintendo, don't ruin the theory.
Don't ruin the theory.
There's a science to this.
I mean, they know that we want it. Like, we haven't been quiet about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They know that we want it and that we will buy it whenever they feel like giving it to us.
But that's
so
the way that
true.
Nintendo works, is that they have all these IPs that they know that everyone loves, and they can just string them out at a distance and get people to just kind of wait for them until they're ready to put it out. Like like you're talking about, they're going to focus on Smash because they know people are waiting for another Smash game. But the same works with like the Pokemon and everything like that, where it's like they don't have to come, like, as opposed to someone who only has like 1 or 2 IPs.
Right.
They don't have to like jump on these and give you what you want when you want it. They don't have to.
And they also know that Nintendo fans are so loyal that they're like,
Yeah.
new controller, and we're like, I hate you, as we're pulling out our wallets and like slamming money on the counter.
One of the best things about the Switch really is that the Joy-Cons will just pop off, and really at what, like $80? Well, how much are new Joy-Cons?
$80 for
Yeah.
80 bucks for a new pair of Joy-Cons. It's a steal.
Right? I mean, here's the thing.
It's cheaper than buying a whole new special edition console, I guess.
It's true. And those Pokeball controllers, I think that, how much are they? Like $50?
I'm getting at least one of those.
Oh, I'm getting 6.
Sucks.
I want a full
Terrible.
belt. That's the thing. That's the
That's
problem, is I
terrible.
know that I'm going to do that because people are going to be like, oh, well, I have my one Pokemon. And we're like, but you're not a full Pokemon trainer
Is
without
there-
your belt full.
Is there a chance we could see some more Pokemon today, you think?
They showed
Probably.
they showed a good amount recently in their most recent direct.
That's right, because it wasn't the most recent direct, so I guess it would be back to back.
Yeah.
Well, but that may also, this could be a chance for them to show a quick gameplay demo, something like that. We did see in the presentations of the past few days, them sometimes there'd be a trailer debut, like for example, Shadow of the Tomb Raider had a trailer with Xbox, but then they showed gameplay during the Square Enix showcase. So
Yeah.
we may get something like that where they're going to show us more about it, especially since it is going to be out this year. It's time for them to rev the hype engines to max. I don't think they're going to focus on the core title coming for Switch next year. I think they'll focus entirely on Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Quest.
Is it Pokemon Quest out?
Yeah.
It is out on Switch. It's coming out for mobile later this month.
Okay.
And
Oh, I didn't know it was coming out on mobile. I thought it was a Switch exclusive.
oh no, you play that game. It plays like a mobile game.
That's all I've ever
like-
heard, is that people who played on Switch, it feels like it's just a mobile game, and they've been kind of disappointed with that.
Yeah, it
People are
plays very mobile.
porting mobile games to Switch now, like the card games and Fallout Shelter. Like, is that a new
Oh, yeah.
thing that mobile games work well on the Switch, I guess?
I mean, sure, makes sense, touchscreen and all that, but also Fallout Shelter was on PC as well, so
Okay.
this is now just the latest platform to get it. It's not straight up like, let's take all our mobile junk and get ready for Clash Royale on the
I'm
Switch.
still not sure about always online games on the Switch because when you're on a plane, you don't always have Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
Or just off in the car, which is any mobile console that has to be connected to the internet is
yeah,
a bummer.
a lot of those mobile games that come from the cell phones are like online only. I think Nintendo or Pokemon Quest is online only.
Oh, really?
Why?
Because so you can get ads or whatever, so you can connect to their store.
I mean, I'm trying to think if I've played it while not connected to Wi-Fi. I don't think I have. I've played a fair bit of it, but I guess just everywhere I was, I already had an internet.
Right. One internet. One singular
Take
internet.
just one, please. I don't want to. I want to overdo it.
Are there more titles that have been talked about from Nintendo?
I
that we
think
can
we're
expect to see?
probably gonna, or I hope we see Metroid Prime.
Yeah, Metroid.
Because they showed us a logo last year, which means they're probably close to being
very
done.
exciting.
They'll have a logo and a subtitle this time.
Yeah, that's the thing I think we'll see, but I hope we do. Like as far as games they haven't really talked about, but I hope they make an announcement for is maybe some more Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh.
Your eyes lit up in a way I have never seen before when you said the title of that
Well,
game.
it gives them an opportunity to make more peripheral controllers, so we can have a vacuum controller. They have
You want
that.
a
You
vacuum
do realize they
Joy-Con?
don't just make you do that with Labo.
They have that in Japan.
Do they actually?
They have an arcade game for Luigi's Mansion, and it has a vacuum controller. It's real fun.
Okay, I'm on Adam's side here. I want that so bad.
Yeah, so I can deal with that.
Well, what I don't want to get into with the Switch, though, is the era of Wii peripherals. Everyone's got a box somewhere of junked, now yellowish, white
what was the
Wii
Donkey Kong?
peripherals.
The Donkey
Oh,
Kong
the
bongos.
bongos.
Bongos?
Somebody
bongos.
beat Dark Souls with those bongos.
Those are the best thing that was ever created for a console. Like, those should just be in every museum.
Utterly
The
ridiculous.
chainsaw controller, awesome. That was
The what?
The
The
chainsaw
chainsaw
controller.
controller. I mean, and then
For what?
for Resident Evil 4 for GameCube.
Oh, I did not
Quick
see
correction: Pokemon Quest does not have to be online.
Okay,
I was
good,
correct.
good.
Thank you.
I hope that there's another announcement of like, here are all the games that you love coming to the Switch. You're welcome. That always makes me happy, just because my Switch is like one of my favorite curl up at night in bed consoles, and I would love to have more.
5 more
Games.
Zeldas. All coming out in
Zeldas.
2019.
The other thing I would really love to see is something in the 2D Zelda space. We're probably done with 3D Zelda for a long time, but like a
explain
link,
2D Zelda.
a Link Between Worlds, like
Oh,
something
okay.
like they would put out like 3DS games, and I would love to see something like that on the Switch because those are great time killers and also super fun.
Oh,
And
wait.
also, A Link Between Worlds is dope.
Also,
really
Virtual
good.
Console. Can we please?
But they're going to be locking that behind their Nintendo Online service, which it looks like is going to work more akin to Game Pass for now.
Right.
Whatever they do, it seems like they're not going to necessarily brand it Virtual Console. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to get classic titles because they know that we will pay for them because, well, that's the way that we are trained and we will do it. But they might brand them. They're really big on the classics now. You know, there's the NES Classic Edition, the SNES Classic Edition. Maybe they'll be like, here's Super Mario Brothers Classic,
What if, is there like,
and then just put it on the.
is there a whisper of a chance they would show like an N64 classic in this thing?
That'd be
They've
so nice.
trademarked it.
Play some DK.
They
stuff.
did.
I know
There-
we've talked about it on
Yeah.
the know. Just wondering, like, is this an event that they would want to show that off? N64
maybe?
Classics on the floor right now at E3.
That would be. I would.
Then you just hear a stampede beneath us.
I'd love to see it. But if so, they've done a miraculous job of keeping it pretty quiet.
Yeah.
The virtual console would be nice too. I just got my 7-year-old to start playing Pokemon Red on an old 3DS. And it's the best thing in the world to hand that off and say, play that, learn the originals.
Right.
And then you can play with the big kids.
Child, this is yours now.
Yeah.
This is your legacy.
I also like that it's on the 3DS.
Yeah.
You're handing a classic and you're like, this may be new.
Well, that's how
But-
she can play it. I don't
right.
have an old Game Boy to hand her off, so I can just give her that and she can learn how to play with that.
I mean, I would love to play, as much as I want the new Animal Crossing, I would love the ability to play the old school cone-headed Animal Crossing, like, on my Switch. That would just be something I would absolutely pay. Like, I'd pay full sticker price for that. I mean, I would not, Nintendo.
Can I say I don't want Animal Crossing to come out?
Why? Because why?
Leave!
Explain.
I gotta say, out of all, like I said, I'm not an Animal Crossing fan. I've played like every Nintendo game possible. Bernie coming in, flying
Thank
it was
you.
awesome. But Animal Crossing is just my blind spot. But every time, like the last time there's an Animal Crossing game came out, it was just everything about my world was flooded with people talking about Animal Crossing and moving furniture around in their house, and
Yeah.
getting peaches to their neighbor. or
Yeah, you gotta
something.
Sure,
get the
of course.
neighbor's peaches.
And
Well,
I
not
just-
only that, but then you've got to make friends with people in other towns that have different kinds of fruits. So you can visit them, so you can get the fruits, and then bring them back to your town and have exotic fruit.
And then you can sell them
they're
for
worth
even more.
so much more.
Yeah, and then you also, if you like complete your museum, then you can sell all of your fossils and make even more money, and then get a golden statue of yourself erected in the town square. John.
You have
Not to
Stardew
mention,
Valley.
we need to go to concerts on a regular basis.
Yeah.
we
You
need
have
to, like,
Stardew Valley.
get new KK Slider music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Okay, Stardew
Listen,
Valley
it's
is not
different.
comparable to Animal Crossing. They're
Why
very
not?
different
Because you can't-
experiences
'cause
that
you can't
appeal to
woo
a
a
similar
dog.
audience,
Yes,
John.
because you can't talk to Bo, who's a really cute deer, who says that he'll invite you over, and then you share your fruit with him, and he loves you, John. Can you do that in Stardew Valley? No.
No. I can't.
Although my cat likes me a great deal in Stardew Valley.
That's good.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you meant Nutmeg.
I wonder, maybe she does too. It's hard to tell.
Nutmeg likes me.
You know what I would love to see though is shush. They have said that Nintendo Switch is going to be the first console to get Stardew Valley multiplayer, which is currently in beta for PC.
Right.
And so if they were to come out and have something about that, I would love it. Not counting on it, I get it. It's an indie title. It's
They can show up
it's
indie
an
titles.
obsession among some of us. But if Nintendo is focusing on Smash level stuff for the presentation here, they may not quite get to Stardew, and that's okay.
I'm forgetting right now. Has there been any talk of like a release schedule for Smash?
Nope.
No.
So we
we
may
just
get
got we
that.
just got that teaser.
We have more than a logo.
We had a logo and a little bit of a cool trailer.
Right. It's,
Yeah,
it's been
so
very
it's
limited information.
Really far along.
Yeah, Squid Kids are going to be in it.
So
Do
excited
you
for
think
that.
we're going to see some spin-off games today, like a racing game, like Diddy Kong Racing? I know there was rumors about a Star Fox racing game.
I'd
Star
like
Fox
that.
Racing?
Diddy Kong.
I mean, I personally would love to see F-Zero make a proper return.
Wait,
I know,
wait.
Fast.
F-Zero or Diddy Kong?
Diddy
Look,
Kong.
Diddy Kong was really, really great, but it's experience-wise close enough to Mario Kart as opposed to sort of the other end of the spectrum with
Yeah.
F-Zero that I
Right.
take
does
F-Zero
dilute.
first and then come in with Diddy Kong in a year or two once everyone's like Mario Kart. I'm so over it.
What about Wave Race on the
Which,
Switch?
by the way, will never happen. Wave Race
Isn't it already coming to the Switch?
Wait, Wave Race
Yeah.
is coming to Switch?
I
Yeah.
think they've already talked about
Yeah.
I wished it into reality.
You win, John.
the power of dreams.
Yeah.
They did release Fast RMX with the Switch launch, which is kind of an F-Zero-like experience. It's that crazy tracks and gravity and boosting and super speeds, and so that is cool. But I gotta be honest, I miss my Captain Falcon.
Yeah. The music in F-Zero is always amazing.
So
too.
intense.
It's so intense.
Although I did really like the reveal of Star Fox for Starlink Battle for Atlas. That's going to be a Switch exclusive, and there's going to be the ship.
I was very iffy on Starlink, and then they said Star Fox. I was like, well, okay, yep, playing it,
I
buying
don't-
it.
I
That
don't
was
know that I
responsible
need-
all of us watching as well.
I didn't know that I needed more games to sell me toys. I already have enough.
And you
I
know,
have so much.
are they going to sell what Miyamoto got? Because like, if they do,
I think that was the
buy it.
idea. That
Did
was
say
the
that was
prototype.
the prototype.
Yeah.
oh well, I am buying that.
No,
They're going to
yeah.
be like $700 and be like, okay.
Nintendo's managed to sell us so many amiibo. They know that we're in. We don't.
true.
You're right. We don't need them to sell us more toys,
But they're gonna.
but we'll buy them.
Yeah. Did you see the tiny Star Fox next to it? I want to buy it. I want 15. I don't know why I
Who
need
was
15.
talking to yesterday about like that there was rumors of like another Star Fox game coming out,
God.
but because of like the Starlink announcement, would that mean that they probably won't be coming out with any Star Fox news because of already releasing some Star Fox stuff at E3?
I mean, maybe that you're right. That would make sense. That if they're not saving him up, but they did have Mario plus Rabbids that they were talking about, and then there was also a proper
Odyssey.
Mario title.
Because I feel like it just hypes each other up. So like Star Fox and Starlink, proper Star Fox game. Get your Star Fox double.
Get your Star Fox here.
Everybody,
Get your Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Okay, so with this conference coming up, what are your pie in the sky dreams that they will announce? I've got two. One, get me some kind of peripheral that will support Bluetooth headsets.
That's not, but a peripheral that would
No,
suck.
but even if they have something that works with this Switch in an ideal scenario, so maybe it's designed as to be a bar that runs along the bottom, or the top, so
Doesn't
like it
stick out.
plugs in and it's not just like some hanging dongle. That's not.
No one's hanging down.
I don't need hanging dongles all over my Switch.
Nintendo, you have to be family friendly right now. Okay, don't talk about dongles.
Or hanging or not.
Yes.
No dongle.
No dongles. So some nice Bluetooth headphone
I don't want cords in my
support.
life.
Right.
A dongle isn't a cord.
No, I'm saying right now it's
Oh, okay. I was like, you're not gonna get more.
nothing
cords.
is cords.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look, my phone made me get rid of my cables for all my headphones. So now we're in a difficult position here, Nintendo. I would like that very much. That's my number one.
I would love. I mean, I just want some more Pokemon info. That's the game I'm most interested in.
Do you think we're going to see a Switch hardware iteration?
No.
Explain that.
Yeah.
I think that Nintendo, they're not going to iterate this quickly. Like I'm assuming they're. You may be thinking more of like the 3DS
Like a
sort
slim
of life
version
I'm thinking of-
lifespan.
I'm thinking of something that like brings the Bluetooth functionality, like the features that people are missing.
I don't think so.
But also maybe fixes whatever that Tegra exploit was that they can't fix.
Oh, they're already doing that.
Okay.
But that's less of an iteration. I feel like because that's more. It's like the next version, maybe.
Right.
Actually, now that
Not
you're saying
quite
that,
as
though,
full of
I would like
holes.
that the most because I think that's where I'd say that's probably where they are in their cycle is like playing around with that kind of stuff with how they've done like 30 different kinds of 3DSs. Like,
You want the Nintendo Switch S.
yeah, that would be cool.
There's been a lot of talk about that, but I don't know that they're gonna
I want a Nintendo
start
Switch
doing that this
XL.
quickly. They're only a year into the life cycle.
Just the length of a keyboard.
Just give me something like this big. I'm fine with this.
You need
You're
like,
holding
you need like
something
extra
this
large
big.
Joy-Cons.
Hold a laptop, Adam.
That's fine. I want to play Nintendo games.
I want a Nintendo laptop. That's what I want. I know that the new Fire Emblem is being made, but I kind of want them to do like a Fallout release, and they're like available this fall kind of thing. That's my pie in the sky.
Nintendo
Something.
never does that.
I know, which is why it's my not gonna happen, but I'd like it. Is for something that they talk about today to be like, and guess what, bitches? Download it now.
Which is a very Nintendo thing to say if you think about
Yeah,
it.
you're right. Nintendo always says, guess what, bitches? Also, let Reggie say fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone's been saying it.
like just trick him into saying it.
Yeah.
So we're about 15 minutes out, a little bit less. So I'm trying to think some other things I'd like to see from the Switch. Some firmware updates for me. One, I'd love to see them say, hey, yeah, we listened to your totally reasonable feedback, Internet, and we have moved your save games to the SD card.
Right.
So that they don't die if something happens to your Switch.
Right.
Because that's one of the most frustrating design choices to me. Almost everyone has to have an SD card for the Switch, unless you're totally cool with the 26 gigabytes of onboard memory.
You just keep,
So you can get like
uploading it to the
a
cloud.
game on it.
Yeah.
Do you have SD card?
Of course.
SD
I have a
card?
huge one.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you always have to have an SD card.
Right. So we all had to shell out the extra money for it anyway. Put our save games on it.
Yeah.
I think it's a security. They don't want people to start doing save editing and all that. That's why they've got it sort of locked up. But as a result, if something happens to your hardware, all of your progress for everything is gone. I know they're
Okay.
going to do the cloud saves the cloud save backups once they do Nintendo Switch Online stuff, but
I don't trust the cloud. I'm sorry. I don't know if this makes me old school, but I like being able to hold something in my hand and be like, this is where my shit is.
I don't trust hardware.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that though is if you lose your Switch or it gets stolen, you haven't backed yourself up to the cloud, then you're totally SOL.
True. True.
So a lot of times at these presentations, they also announce remasters or HD remakes or bring games from the Wii U or whatever to the Switch.
Wii Fit is coming to the Switch.
I would that game's terrible.
How dare you? She's in Smash.
But you know what?
Smash.
It sold a lot of
Did.
copies.
I bought one.
Also, didn't you love doing the yoga and the deep breathing and the very soothing voices with the birds?
If I'm
chirping
doing an
and all that?
exercise game, it's going to be like Beat Saber or something that's
All
like
right.
a little more fun. But do you think we'll get like
I think Adam's judging.
I am. Do you think we'll get like a Zelda remake or like something like bringing Wind Waker was released on the Wii U, but I think a lot of people missed it because they didn't have a Wii U, and it was a great remaster.
Yeah, but that's a console ago. They probably would wait to do that one.
No, they've been bringing everything from the Wii U up to the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Can they bring Link to the Past? That would be nice.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't really hurt them at this point. They already ended production for the Wii U, didn't they?
Yeah,
The
dead.
Switch has already outsold the Wii U's lifetime unit sales. They've brought up Mario Kart. They just brought up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It doesn't seem like, one, it doesn't seem too difficult for them to do, and two, it doesn't seem like it really loses them anything.
Right, and people really like the remake because it cuts out a lot of stupid time with Tingle. That sounds inappropriate, but you know what I mean. There's like a lot of Wind Waker fetch quest nonsense that happens in the GameCube version that they cut out in Wind Waker HD remake and made it much more palatable for people who hadn't played Wind Waker before. So I feel like porting that game, that's such a classic with such a cute art style that so many people enjoy, to the Switch would make them goo gobs of money. Goo gobs.
Metric Googobs.
Metric goo gobs. And I own Wind Waker on both the GameCube and on the Wii U, and I'd still buy it because I'm a Nintendo loyalist and I'm awful. I don't know.
What do you want out of this Pokemon game, John?
I don't know. It's kind of I want to feel the familiarity of the world that they're obviously pulling from, which is original Kanto and Pokemon Yellow kind of world. But I'm actually in the boat of someone who very much wants them to mix up a lot of the mechanics of the game to freshen up gameplay, because in the last one, was it Sun and Moon? I didn't finish it because of how repetitive and boring it was, and there was just nothing. Like with these franchise games, what you look for in each one is for new mechanics and new things to make you want to play this new. And that's what all of these franchises that are happening at E3 is that, yeah, you want to feel like you're playing a familiar game, but you want to have a new experience, you know. And so with Pokemon, there's just things that they've been doing for every single game that they haven't mixed up, like the battle mechanics, like the Pokemon catching mechanics.
No, I would argue that Sun and Moon did change it up. They changed the entire approach to gyms.
They changed who you go to the gym for, but it was just like, okay, instead of me going to this building and fighting him, and him, I went to these 3 locations, fought these people, and then went and fought the same guy. It was just a gym that was in a different map layout. That's all it was. But like how you
So you want something that deeply uproots
Yeah, I
the
want them to mix it
traditional
up.
Pokemon.
take
form.
some risks and at the very least, add a feature that I can skip tutorials.
Oh my God, please.
I have been playing Pokemon since a fetus, and I need to not have to like learn how the tall grass works, or like that was the one thing about Sun and Moon, was that there was a ton of unskippable learning and dialogue and really slow cutscene type stuff that delayed just getting into the game. And I get there's an element of that for like they need to teach new gamers, but there's a ton of their audience that is not a new gamer, you know?
I think that's the best part, though, about Let's Go Pokemon and then the new mainline Pokemon coming out, is that I feel both emotions of Pokemon very strongly. I want something new and different because I've been playing Pokemon as John since I was a fetus, but at the same time, give me those same battles, give me those gyms, give me that catching. I want to get my bike after I have earned it. I want to get my running shoes, you know, like that's what I've grown up with.
Like, you want to be able to experiment, but no, you can go home again.
Which is why I feel like the newest Pokemon, the Pikachu and Eevee ones coming out, will be that scratching that itch of something different. It's back home, but it's not battling so much. It's more, and you get to like ride on your Pokemon, they get to walk around with you. It's like, it's a very, very different game. But then hopefully with the new mainline RPG coming out, whatever that will be, it'll be back to the roots of, I don't know if they're going to go the Alola route of the Totem Pokemon and Trials, or if they're going to go back to gyms or something like that. But every fan of Pokemon, no matter what you want, whether that be new or old, you'll have something. And I feel like that's what I'm so appreciative of Nintendo for doing. It's like, we hear you, we'll give you both. It's a compromise.
I also want more details on what they teased in the recent trailer that came out of what the exact Pokemon Go integration is. So a lot of people, like I'm still someone who plays Pokemon Go. I'm ready for Community Day this Saturday. I'm going to go get me a Tyranitar and everything like that. Don't shake your head at me, okay?
Nah, man,
Isn't it a
super
Tyranitar with
cool.
SmackDown? I'm very excited.
Huh?
It's a Tyranitar with SmackDown.
Yeah, Tyranitar or SmackDown. Gonna give me a shiny one.
Yeah.
I want to know like what the transfer thing is, where like they showed that you could like transfer Pokemon back and forth, but they didn't tell exactly how that worked and where they went and how you used
Well, they
them.
go to a Pokemon Go park. We know that.
The current speculation is that they don't fully come into your game necessarily,
Yeah.
but you can then go and see them and, I don't know, play with them or something in a like Poke Park, so that you can bring them into the game.
But what's
they
that
don't.
do for me?
Right.
What do I care?
It wouldn't be.
And pet them?
Yeah.
Like
It
pet
would
my Mew?
literally. I think
Yeah,
it's
like,
so it's not a pay to win thing, because like if you have the legendaries
I get that.
already,
I get that.
and then you're like, I'm level 1. Look at my Groudon.
And
It's
they're also,
like,
they're also not gonna like be like, you know, get the region exclusive Pokemon from Pokemon Go Eevee into Pokemon Go, because that's how they get you to go to Japan somehow.
I got a Farfetch'd.
Yeah.
It was great.
Do you think that Let's Go is going to be a successful bid on Nintendo's part? They're clearly, and they've made no bones about it, trying to get all of the hundreds of millions of people who played Pokemon Go to now buy a Switch
Well, I
and
mean-
invest the $300 in the hardware and then play Pokemon Let's Go. It's clear in the branding, it's clear in the approach that even the Pokemon catching mechanic
Yeah.
is very similar to Go.
And you make fun of me when I say the Community Day, and I should be made fun of for that. I understand that.
I'm not making
But
fun of you, dude.
you're always making fun of me. That's our dynamic.
As he's pointing and laughing at you, he's like, I'm not making fun of you.
You live for it. The last time I went to a Community Day, you go out into the public, especially like downtown Austin where we're at, and just for that day, it's back to how it was when Pokemon Go came out. It's full of everyone is out playing the game, and so they have figured out that people are still playing it, and people will go out and play it actively when they have something like a Community Day event for people to do. So it's like there are people, you think that no one's still playing the game, and it's only idiots like me and Andy who are still playing it, but it's on those days it's filled, and so that audience is there who I'm sure they wanted to pivot into getting their console.
Yeah. Now, the Nintendo briefing is going to kick off in just a few minutes here. A quick bit of housekeeping for those of you who are watching along with us. We're going to, when it starts, turn over to Nintendo. We will all be watching along together. You may hear a reaction or two from us as we go along, things that we're particularly excited about and so on. We'll try not to talk over the presenters, make sure that you hear all the information. We want to hear the information that they have to offer as well. But sometimes we get super excited about things, and we like being excited about things. It's one of the best parts about E3. So there may be a couple of reactions, but overall, we'll be able to watch the Nintendo presentation, get all of the details. We'll talk about a little bit afterwards, and then we'll get ready for E3 to really kick off. Nintendo is going to be joining us later today as well. They're going to be bringing one of the games they're talking about today here for us and show it off. So really, really excited to see what they have in store, both for this presentation and for us later today.
Yep.
Any final hopes? Any final predictions?
Give me Animal Crossing. That's it.
That's about it. That's the full thing. Is just Animal Crossing. Thank you.
Nah.
I would like a new Pilot Wings. Hey, wow, that just sunk in and that hurts.
Did he just say meh?
I said nah.
He said nah.
Nah.
He said nah to me.
How dare?
There's
Can we go on a vacation together, Adam? Just you and me?
There's so many other Nintendo
You know what? We're
properties.
clearly sitting on the wrong couch, Ashley. We need to be sitting together without the naysayers here.
Fight. Yeah, so we'll see. I think Nintendo's in a really good place as far as so far scheduling out. Their first year was, I think, really note for note perfect. They had the right games, the right releases, like a good cadence. Some of the things hit harder than others. I don't think ARMS hit quite as hard as they were hoping it would hit. Splatoon 2 is.
Why are you snickering over there?
No,
Arms didn't.
Yeah.
I thought ARMS had a really great E3 showing, and I got really hyped for it. But then when it came out,
yeah, it wasn't.
was not.
And they've, to their credit, they've continued to support it. They're adding new fighters and arenas and all that stuff, which is really, really great for the people who have got super into ARMS. But it hasn't grown over the past year into anything super crazy, for me at least. Not the way that they put out Splatoon last generation, and even though Wii U never achieved a high install base, it ended up selling 4 million on hardware that sold 12 or 13 million. So it was quietly an enormous franchise, particularly in Japan, I think. So it managed to find footing, and then Splatoon 2 came in and took it up a notch. So they scheduled out their first year really well, but it's been a quiet couple of months now. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is their most recent notable release, and that is from Wii U era.
Small thing about how serious Nintendo is about selling us toys. I was linked, and we were all linked, the Starlink Battle for Atlas Nintendo Switch Starter Edition with the R-Wing and 2 figurines is already up on Amazon pre-order.
Oh, here we go.
Of course it is. All right, so the Nintendo Direct is starting. Let's check it out.
Crickets?
I don't know what this is. Anything with mechs and light swords, I'm in.
I like this one.
It's like Strike Suit game.
Daemon X Machina.
Machina. I'm in. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
End the presentation.
2019. Where's all the 2018 games?
Right in November.
新暦3564年第107代アーケディア法王ナダリアは
It's in Japanese.
軍事
already.
大国シアへと 遠征軍も派兵。一夜にしてその首都ホメロパは陥落し、アルスもろとも雲海の底深くへと沈んでいった。その陰にはたった一人のプレイと天の聖杯滅の存在があった。
次のターゲットはイーラに決めた。
なぜ世界を破壊する？
気づいてるんじゃないか。破壊したがってるのは人間だと。
僕が本国から受けた使命は天の聖杯滅の討伐だ。どうだろう、僕らにその力貸してもらえないだろうか。
ひょっとして怒ってる？滅の討伐のこと。
国民を守るための戦いに身を置けるなら本望だ。
君に頼みたいことはただ一つ。あの滅を葬り去ってもらうことなのだから。
一体何の目的で？
別に退屈しのぎだよ、ただの。
ふざけてるの？
天の聖杯同士の激突。
お前いい目をしてるな。
俺の行く道はこの道だ。交わることはない。
Oh, that's soon.
There's
When
your
we launched
2018 game.
Nintendo Switch, our vision was a home system you could play together anytime, anywhere. 2 detachable Joy-Con controllers, countless play possibilities. From day one, all of you have shown the world what that means. Whether playing at home or on the go, from low to on high. Where will Nintendo Switch take you next? To a smashing invitational cheered by fans and challengers? Or on a journey through verdant fields and Viridian cities in a timeless quest to catch them all?
I want to catch
Animal Crossing.
It's funny.
A few weeks ago, we showed you Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. A brand new Pokemon adventure through the vibrant Kanto region where your partner, Pikachu or Eevee, is always by your side. Add the transformative power of Nintendo Switch, and you can play as you like, anywhere you like, or for the first time in this series, catch or battle Pokemon on one system with a friend. You can even transfer a Pokemon into the game from Pokemon Go. This is a Pokeball Plus. You can use it like a Joy-Con controller with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, or play the entire game with it alone. You can put a Pokemon into the Pokeball Plus, then bring it with you. Sounds like there's already one inside. It's the mythical Pokemon Mew. Mew comes exclusive with every Pokeball Plus and can join you on your journey through the game. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and the Pokeball Plus will be available on November 16th. Discover new friends and challenges as you explore this mysterious and enchanting world. Wherever you go, with whoever you like, only on Nintendo Switch. Now, let's check out something else we can't wait to show you.
Okay, you ready for this?
All right.
He's desperate.
Don't even think about it.
All or nothing.
That's gonna be great.
I'm so ready.
I'm gonna hate you also.
Can't wait for it to turn around the bats.
Gotta change it up though. That's gonna go too fast. Let's do it this way.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's
Whoa.
That's cool.
Angles.
Okay. That looks cool. Ready? Do it.
Oh, game on.
Oh, that is so cool, dude.
Oh.
Really? Come on.
Alright, let's do another one.
Are you guys ready to do this?
Alright, betting on this one. Fast and inside.
Camping
All right,
is infinitely
ready?
better
Yeah.
with the Switch. Oh, wow.
One more. One more.
We should do one more. Rematch.
What was that? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's silly.
I love they're bringing back these classic minigames too.
Great.
Long ago, the divine Seros received a revelation from the goddess, a gift to help guide the lost. Now, the goddess watches over Fodlan from her kingdom above as the mother of all life, the arbiter of every soul.
Fire Emblem. Oh my god.
And Mikachu.
Oh no. The tears are coming.
Go ahead, give me orders. It's time to measure your worth as an instructor.
Oh, it looks sick, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Such a brutal, irrational world we live in. Some believe the crests, tokens of the goddess's power, are necessary to maintain order. But they're wrong, teacher. The crests are to blame.
It looks great. So good. Oh my god.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. No, I wish I could stay here and cherish all.
Do you dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never! I will return here someday, my teacher. Promise me that you won't forget me.
Spring, nice. Hey, launches today, nice.
I can't wait to drop off the battle bus and meet
Stardew
some of
Valley's
you
on
on the
the back.
battlefield in Fortnite. And on Nintendo Switch, you can have the complete Battle Royale experience, whether playing together online with friends in the same room or around the world. Available at 10 a.m. Pacific time today. Nintendo Switch, a home console where you can access a full range of games content, including a wealth of groundbreaking games from our independent development community. Your support for indie games on Nintendo Switch has been inspiring. And to all of you, as well as all of the developers behind these rich and varied experiences, from all of us here at Nintendo, thank you. Let's pull back the curtain on a few more, including two we're showing for the first time here today. Aspiring chefs, ready your cleavers, pots, and cutting boards in Overcooked 2, a sequel that's brimming with more recipes, characters, kitchens, and white-knuckle mayhem.
More
Prepare
opportunities
for
to
the
hate each
ultimate
other.
cook-off with new features like the ability to throw ingredients, kitchens that can change on the fly, and with Nintendo Switch, the opportunity to bake, barbecue, or broil with another player in wireless, local, and online play. Save the world from clumsy cooking when Team 17's frantic food juggler arrives on August 7th.
Really soon.
Hop on a snail, hoard berries, or wipe out the enemy's queen to claim victory in Killer Queen Black. Redesigned from the ground up, Liquid Bit and Bumble Bear Games' acclaimed arcade extravaganza that became a multiplayer phenomenon is coming to Nintendo Switch. And for the first time on console, 2 teams of up to 4 each can square off in exciting battles. Play it first on Nintendo Switch later this year. And finally, venture through the mysterious subterranean landscapes of a vast, forgotten kingdom in Teen Cherry's Hollow Knight. An action-adventure filled with gripping combat and haunting secrets. Hand-drawn characters and sublime scenery abound in this sweeping platformer that offers endless hours of intricate exploration. We revealed earlier this year that Hollow Knight was coming to Nintendo Switch, and I'm pleased to announce that the game, packed with all the previous downloadable content, is available on the Nintendo eShop starting today.
Wow!
These are just a few of the terrific indie games you can play in the months ahead. After this presentation, stay tuned for Nintendo Treehouse Live, streaming right from the E3 show floor, where our Nintendo game experts will give you a closer look at some of these games and more. And I personally cannot wait to watch as intrepid challengers test their mettle in our Splatoon 2 World Championship and Super Smash Bros. Invitational 2018. The action starts immediately following Nintendo Treehouse Live. Before we move on, I have an important update on a game I know fans have been looking forward to. Octopath Traveler from Square Enix is coming exclusively for Nintendo Switch on July 13th. And you can download a brand new demo for the game from the Nintendo eShop on June 14th.
And you can carry your save data.
Let's take another action-packed look at some more experiences coming soon to Nintendo Switch.
Hi everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi of Nintendo. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Recently, it's been nice to see people pull their Nintendo Switch systems from their bags to play, even when they have only a little bit of free time. Every time I see that, I can't help but smile. At Nintendo, we approach development with the goal of delivering new and unique games to surprise people all over the world, and we're thankful for the many publishing partners also making games for Nintendo Switch. Today we share just a small portion of what we're currently working on. We hope you will look forward to what's coming next on Nintendo Switch. Now, it's time to share information on a certain title. I'll turn it over to someone I think you know.
Is this a new IP?
Hi, I'm Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. Today, I'd like to introduce you to the new Super Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch. As you may know, Super Smash Bros. Is an action game about smashing beloved game characters off the screen. Many characters have appeared in this series. I'm sure you are all eager to find out who will be joining the roster this time.
Give me Ridley.
So we made a video to showcase some fighters appearing in the game. The number next to each fighter signifies the order in which they joined the Super Smash Bros. Series. Please take a look.
Surprising. Lane.
Oh, it's gonna be Breath of the Wild Link. Oh, good. Oh, she's adorable. They're back.
There you go.
I love the Inklings.
Oh yeah. He plays both of them, maybe.
Oh, Pokemon training back.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
Cloud. Nice.
Cloud's exciting, that's all.
Cloud is exciting.
Yo!
What?
Yeah!
Oh my. So happy. Everyone is here.
Robin!
Nice.
Corrin?
Oh,
I'm not gonna argue.
no. Nice. 2 links back.
Whoa, so 3 links. Who's the weak link?
Very good.
Thank you.
Oh my god, he's really feeling it.
So many Mega Man iterations. Alright.
Also.
I suppose ultimate. So when they say everyone's here, that means they're pulling the whole roster?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we'll see, I guess.
I love it.
Wow.
That's
That
beautiful
looks
roster.
like that's gonna be
I'm
fun.
so happy Snake's back.
Oh,
Man, look at that. That's going to be a crowded screen.
everyone is here.
It's great.
Wow.
That's right. Every fighter in Super Smash Bros. History is joining the battle.
In history, does that include like the promotional Star Wars characters?
Indeed, absolutely every Super Smash Bros. Fighter
Easy.
ever is in this game, whether they were originally DLC or only appeared once in the past.
There you go.
We believe that's what players want, so we made the impossible possible.
You right.
Thanks, dude.
Any way you slice it, this one has the most Smash for your buck. Simply put, this is the biggest crossover in gaming history. Once again, worlds will
Most
collide.
ambitious crossover.
That's all I thought.
Even so, your starting roster may be as small as the original Nintendo 64 game. We've streamlined the conditions for unlocking fighters, and we want to make the process interesting, so it feels like you're constantly recruiting popular characters to your side. 8-player battles are also making a return.
Nice.
See what happens when you pit many different fighters against one another. Now let's take a closer look at certain fighters by highlighting how they've changed since their last appearance.
And they're going in depth.
Mario's still easy to use, but we did add a little something for someone from his latest adventure.
Ooh.
He can also wear his wedding and builder outfits.
Yes.
So they're not just doing recolors, they're doing skin.
Link dons his champion's tunic from The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. His bombs are now remotely detonated,
This
and
is
his
Sheikah
final
Slate.
smash
That's so cool.
unleashes ancient arrows. He can also wear Link's familiar tunic of the wild.
Poor villager.
Although it's been a while, the 2-in-1 fighter, the Ice Climbers, are back. Work together with Nana. Once she's gone, you're in serious trouble. Ike's outfit from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance returns, along with his look from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Now you can use both versions for the first time. The two different versions are even voiced a little differently.
Ooh.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
We now have the female version of Pikachu, complete with a heart-shaped tail. Did you notice Pikachu Libre is a girl? Fox's design is now based on Star Fox Zero, and his Final Smash has received an overhaul. This time, Final Smashes are straight to the point, so you can get right back to fighting.
Is that what that?
Falco's Final Smash features an unorthodox ship formation that's more unruly than Fox's. Either way, the Landmaster has been retired. In one-on-one fights, Ryu will always face his opponents, just like in his original game appearances. It's a small touch that reduces accidental command inputs. Charge moves, like Samus's Charge Shot, can now power up in midair.
Awesome.
You can cancel with jump or dodge, but you'll be open to attack. Marth's Dancing Blade is faster, and it's easier to unleash one after another. This holds true for Roy and Lucina too. In addition, Marth is now fully voiced in English.
Keep your eyes open.
Backed by popular demand, veteran fighter Snake is sneaking back into the fray. It's been 10 years since his last appearance in the series, so we can finally make some new dream matches come true. Of course, Shadow Moses Island is back too. King DDD's Final Smash is basically a cage fight where he unleashes missiles and a jet hammer.
Quick and to the point.
Pichu is also returning from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Its electric shock still damaged itself too, so be careful. In The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Zelda is more into research than fighting, so her design is from The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Zelda is much more elegant and regal than our other fighters, but we made sure you wouldn't underestimate her energetic attacks. Her final smash is a sealing move called Triforce of Wisdom. Sonic's final smash, Super Sonic, is more souped up than ever. Either you're too slow, or he's lightning fast. Pac-Man also got a speed boost this time around. Looping around the stage sounds just like Pac-Man, don't you think? Pokemon Trainer is back with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. You can change Pokemon during battle, and this
I love that stage.
time there's no penalty for sticking with one, so feel free to pick your main. Also, you can play as a female
Nice.
trainer for the first
Yay.
time.
So cute.
Some fighters, like Captain Falcon, trigger a dramatic slow-mo effect on strong attacks in one-on-one fights. And of course, his hazardous Big Blue stage is making a return.
Dude, that's a great stage. It makes me so angry so often.
Just like before, you can play as Cloud in his Final Fantasy VII costume
And
or
Advent
his Final
Children?
Fantasy VII Advent Children costume.
The Final Fantasy VII news we were waiting for.
Yeah, what about
Now
his
you
what
can
about
see
his
his
remake?
limit gauge near his damage percentage at all times.
We don't talk about that.
Special displays are available for certain other fighters too. For example, you can see how much longer Robin can use Levin Sword and Tomes. For Villager, we made it easier to see what you've pocketed. Between the male and female versions, there are 8 different villagers.
They're so cute.
Bowser's Final Smash, Giga Bowser, is even bigger and better. He's now as big as Bowser from the Yoshi's Island game. All of Mr. Game & Watch's moves are back, and he looks even more like he did in his original games. His transformations are more full of character than ever. Young Link from Super Smash Bros. Melee is making a comeback that makes 3 Links for the first time. Lon Lon Milk, anyone? After 10 long years, Wolf makes his return. His design is based on Star Fox Zero, and each of his moves has received a significant upgrade. Kirby is his usual puffy self, but we've added a little something to his stone ability. He has a copy ability for every fighter, so the more fighters we have, the more challenging he becomes to develop. Shulk used to require repeated button presses to toggle Monado arts, but now you can choose a specific one with a button press and a quick directional tilt. Sure is handy to change arts on the fly. We also added Fiora to his Final Smash. Ganondorf rises again, returning to his popular design from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And for his Final Smash, he becomes Demon King Ganon. Mii Fighter's proportions have been tweaked a bit. There are 3 types: Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner. The moveset for each type has also been enhanced, and you can now choose from 12 voice options. We're hoping to get this fighter ready for online play. Previously, Pit's Final Smash was 3 sacred treasures. This time, he'll be riding in style on the Lightning Chariot. In the last game, Zero Suit Samus's Final Smash called in her gunship. This time, she uses her power suit to fire a devastating laser. When Olimar gets damaged, you'll see a crack in his helmet.
That's scary.
But don't worry, it'll get fixed up right away. Bayonetta's costumes from her first 2 games are both available. Listen closely and you'll hear differences in the sound effects. It seems we have a guest.
Oh man.
Nice.
Rodana appears as an assist trophy. Warrior's Final Smash, Warrior Man has changed quite a bit. After transforming, he no longer uses individual attacks to get the job done. Donkey Kong's Final Smash is all rapid-fire punches like Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. You'll notice that he and other fighters have expressive new facial animations. Little Mac's Final Smash is now a rush of blows from Giga Mac. In fact, all Final Smash moves in the game get right to the punch. NES's new Final Smash calls on Paula and Pooh. Of course, Jeff still shows up as an assist trophy.
Oh, Jeff.
Likewise, Lucas's Final Smash features Kumatora and Boney. At first glance, Wii Fit Trainer seems the same, but her face has a new look. I wavered a bit on whether to change it, but it was a request from the Wii Fit developers. We've included all the hazards from both versions of Mega Man Stage from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. And for his final smash, say hello to Proto Man and Bass. Palutena's special attacks have been streamlined this time around. And her down special is now both a counter and a deflector. Rob has a new gauge on his chassis, showing how much fuel he has left for hovering. Notice the epsilon symbols next to Lucina and Dark Pit's numbers? Each of these fighters are based on another fighter in the game. We're treating these fighters a little differently and have decided to call them Echo Fighters. Allow me to introduce a brand new Echo Fighter. Daisy joins the roster as Peach's Echo Fighter. She fights in a similar manner as Peach, but they have different characteristics, which we hope you'll enjoy. Have fun playing as your favorite princesses. All in all, if you add up the changes we're making, there could be tens of thousands. I hope you're looking forward to some serious matchups. And here's a new fighter. Inkling is a completely new addition to the roster. If you ink opponents, they'll take more damage from attacks. Different weapons are available as smash attacks or special attacks.
Yes.
The Splatter Shot, Splat Bomb, Splat Roller, and the final smash, Killer Whale. You can actually run out of ink, so it's important to refill by pressing the B button while shielding.
Wow.
What?
Inkling Boy also debuts alongside Inkling Girl. Inklings are very fashionable. All 8 have their own outfits. And each has their own ink color, so matches get really bright.
Wow.
By the way, we added in the Squid system as an assist trophy.
Yes!
During their live concert, the camera zooms in for a close-up. That means it's easier to get knocked off the screen. While we're on the topic of assist trophies, let me share some additional information. As you may know, assist trophies lend helpful support in battles. You can KO assist trophies by inflicting damage, and now you get points for it too. However, some assist trophies will remain unbeatable. Maybe an unexpected guest will photobomb your battle. Yep, it's him. There's a wide variety,
Man,
more
they're
than 50
deep
of them
dives
here in the
into
game.
this.
Yeah, but this is what everyone's here for.
I know, it's cool.
Of course, we're also adding even more Pokemon and
Yay!
items. We can't wait to show you.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
That's evil.
There are a variety of stages available in this game as well, including a massive list of returning stages. If you get a group together to play, it'll be a challenge to hit them all. The graphics have been improved as well. Let's get a look at some stages from various games.
Oh, cool. Oh. That's awesome.
All stages now have both Battlefield and Omega forms too.
Oh, yay.
These versions hover above an abyss. Their sizes and terrain are all the same, so savor the simplicity with music and backgrounds from your favorite series. Let's take a sneak peek at the new and returning techniques you can pull off during battles.
Putting work into this thing, dude.
The directional air dodge enhances mobility. It can come in handy when recovering from a fall. However, if you dodge too much, even on the ground, you'll be wide open to attack and your duration of intangibility gets shorter.
Wow.
You can execute short hop attacks by pressing the A button and jump at any time. Also, you can smash attack by pressing the A and B buttons just like the previous game. A perfect shield occurs when you release the shield button. Until now, you were able to pull it off without any major risks, but going forward, you'll need to time it carefully. For one-on-one battles, the damage dealt will now be greater than in battles with higher numbers of players. This should help ensure that the action is well-paced. In a timed battle, the fighter in the lead will sometimes flash with light. Better do something, or no victory pose for you. We've got something special for your playing pleasure in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That, oh, dude.
Nintendo GameCube controllers can be used in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. For many of you, it just isn't the same without them.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that
Not
they would
to
remake
mention,
it wireless.
all Super Smash Bros. Series amiibo figures are compatible this time as well. In fact, all fighters' current amiibo figures will be supported, even if they're from a different series. Tap a compatible amiibo figure to add in a figure player, or FP, and level up. Your FP data from previous titles can be transferred.
Release date.
We hope you're as excited as we are. Our staff will continue working hard until the game releases. We really appreciate your support. We've made including every single fighter ever our #1 goal, so I'm kind of hoping you aren't expecting too many new challengers. However, we do have one more announcement. Please, take a look.
Yes, thank you. Give me.
Oh. Oh, wait.
You thought.
Are you serious?
Rip Mario.
Mario Day.
Is this allowed?
Yes. Oh my God, it's true.
I heard finally from Sean.
It's been rumored for a while. It's been wanted for a very, very long time.
Whole roster is dead now.
Release
Nope,
date.
not at all.
Release date.
Didn't they say it was coming out this year?
Yes. Yes. Oh God, if you mic drop this.
Oh.
Oh. The stream would have been over if they dropped it right now.
Yeah, I think we all would have quit E3.
Unreal.
Good morning, everyone,
All
and
right.
welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live
right.
from the Los
So-
Angeles Convention Center and E3.
That was so much.
That was a lot of Smash info. Nice.
You guys, they
Metroid.
that
Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
was no Metroid, which honestly kind of surprising. No Animal Crossing, not
so
surprised,
surprising, but
bummed out, but they brought the Smash, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
literally every fighter that has ever been, plus new ones, in one game.
And they delivered Ridley.
Switch
Yeah.
You got tiny little characters to pick from.
Like choose your character with a magnifying glass.
They did say that they would be trickling them out. So it's kind of like how Splatoon and ARMS have been supported. Like every week or every month, you'll get something new.
Right.
Right, but you know,
but there's a lot.
Yeah,
to
when
play
it
through
just
the
means
campaign
that there'll be like reasons to like keep in.
Yeah.
There'll always be something fresh. Really excited about that. Man, they go so in depth on something like this, and it shows you like how carefully they consider every tiny detail. Thousands of changes.
Yeah.
Thousands, and a lot of them, admittedly, are going to be either like invisible to us, just at the surface level, or really only evident to people who are stone cold professionals at a specific character. But overall, like this is not a. No one can call this like a port or like a lazy cash-in sequel. This is a lot.
And I feel like the best part about all of those changes is they have something for everyone. They have, for the hardcore pro league players, they have the mechanic changes and like the different rests between dodges and like the fact that jumps are different. Like so many actual pro league specificities are changed, but also like the Pikmin, like Olimar, his helmet gets smashed. It's like things like that. It's like for the cosmetics and then also for the very, very specific details. I love that everything is different. Also, it's not just colors, it's different skins now. So like you can play as different Marios rather than just like, I'm the American flag Mario. You're like, I'm Builder Mario now. That, for me, that makes a difference. I know that's silly.
It feels intentional at this point to not include Waluigi as a character.
Yeah, at this point,
he's a trophy.
He's gonna
at
get
this
his
point,
own
it
game.
feels like it does feel like there's something behind there. I don't know if someone's got a grudge or if this is now just like entered the point of tradition.
What if he had been the reveal instead of Ridley at the end?
Oh,
people
that
would have lost their
been
minds.
Mental.
No, but I mean like with the same animatic and everything.
Waluigi just
him
murdering
in the
Mario.
shadows.
Yeah, overall, that was pretty dope. Sean, you're over there. If you want to get mic'd up and talk about, come talk about Smash in particular. I play Smash, but I'm not going to pretend to be an expert.
Well, he gets
so,
Mario Party was super
Yeah,
interesting.
that was like their big.
I'm excited about Mario
other
Party.
announcement.
Yeah.
That was, I just didn't even think about that, but that looks so fun.
And it's this year.
The fact that you can put different switches together to like make a game board and stuff, like
Yeah.
that's rad.
I love seeing Nintendo use their hardware in creative ways because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And that looks awesome.
And that's something that Nintendo has traditionally been pretty good with. They do sometimes do these weird things with hardware, and for, I think, a lot of people, this Switch has been one of those things that is a gamble, but has paid off because there are traditional games that they can play, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey and so on. And this is the first really, really weird, crazy departure of the thing you're doing that's beyond it's also a touchscreen. This is fundamentally going to change the way people approach multiplayer with this game.
Yeah.
Also, everyone better own a Switch.
Yeah.
Also, this helps their company because when people play this game, they are going to inevitably wear out their Joy-Cons by smashing the buttons so many times to play those little mini games, and that makes people buy more Joy-Cons.
Or throw them into the wall when they're
buy
angry.
your wired GameCube controller.
Yeah, the wired was
It's weird. It's they did that. They did that
choice.
for Wii U as well, right?
It was wired. Yeah.
They had they had the backwards compatibility for them. But when I saw that controller, I was like, they're gonna make a Switch wireless version. No.
So is it?
It's
We're all
cool,
gonna be
though.
sitting in front of our
So you have a
TVs
cord,
once
you have
again.
you have a cord to your GameCube controller,
'Cause
a
it
cord
is-
to your headset, and a cord to the power, and so there'd be all these cords.
Well,
is
it's
a
going to be
great
awkward too. Is it
controller,
USB-C or
is it
the
gaming?
I'm assuming
adapter?
there's an adapter.
Because it's just compatible with your GameCube
Yeah.
controller.
so
Right,
it-
so they'll start selling with the dongles to get like
Yeah,
GameCube to USB-C.
the only-
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it'll have to be just USB Type A because there's no way you're gonna have. I mean, I guess you can't stand the Switch up and use the USB-C.
You also can't dock it and use it.
So, well, you could dock it and use it because in the dock.
Oh,
there's a
right.
USB
There's
port.
one in the back.
But it
so-
does seem kind of a messy solution. This is where the
least-
like really slick Nintendo strategy starts to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But the people that have held on to GameCube controllers because of Smash are gonna be thrilled.
And I know you guys don't care about Fire Emblem, but I was pretty stoked about Fire Emblem.
That game looks really great.
They took the graphics from like the DS games that everybody plays, but also from Fire Emblem Warriors, which was like just the standard Warriors game. So they have that 2D to 3D view because in the DS games it's just like an above little blocky 2D view of your map. You don't really, unless there's fights, you don't really get into the 3D, but it looks like you can seamlessly come from up top from strategy view and then look down at your troops. And it looks like the fight scenes are a lot better. It looks like when you leveled up in the 2D game, it was really just like menus. But now it looks like you're actually going into a castle and talking to somebody to like buy new weapons and level up. So it looks like they're really taking the graphics that the Switch can provide, but still the mechanics of the Fire Emblem that we love and starting a new story. And the cutscenes still look anime. So I'm stoked.
I wanna know more about Daemon X Machina.
That was a cool way to open
Because-
it. That looks really unique.
Giant mechs.
Is that
light swords?
Is that based on a pre-existing IP of some sort?
It might be, but
Not one that I'm familiar with, but I might be a casual.
Do you think it's going to be kind of like a warrior situation where it's a beat 'em up, or it's going to be like a?
it looks like a mech combat game.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, it'd be cool to see some gameplay. Maybe they have it at the booth today. But
looks
it's very Gundam reminiscent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
the art style is awesome.
Yeah, it's like not quite cell shaded, but like I don't know what to call it, but like neon. I like it.
Is it weird that I can only focus on how fuel inefficient it's got to be to scrape your bottom of your mech's feet across the floor as you slide everywhere?
Yeah, I think you're, yeah.
Just can't get over it. Whenever I see mechs like that, I'm just like Gundam things like, pick your feet up.
Right? Like you can hover. Get them up.
Someone had to make those feet,
Oh,
okay?
dude, this looks so cool.
Here, Sean, why don't you pop it? Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Morning.
Sean.
So, as
What's up,
someone
guys?
who was
Clapping
having
offset.
like having a bit of a meltdown in the, when you were watching that and seeing the reveal of Ridley, talk to me.
I mean, having written top 10s for years now at Screw Attack, Ridley has been making our top 3 requests, I think, consistently every time. So it's just one of those things where it's like, it makes perfect sense with so many kind of rivalries that exist in Smash between, Link and Ganon, and it's just time. It's just time. And it looks like because everybody always talks about the size issue, because Ridley's so much larger, but they figure it out. They'll make it work. And
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they do with Smash, bringing all of these different franchises together and all the different ways they work is, it's like, oh, something's big, they'll figure it out.
Totally.
I feel like she's gonna top out at like, I don't know, Charizard size.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
She just got compressed for this. That's
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. And I really love that the environments are getting the Omega mode for like every single stage.
Yeah,
That
that's
way,
great.
Yeah, just consistency. You can just enjoy whatever the style is.
We had a comment from Mimi on Twitter that says, as amazing as that was, I'm a little surprised they haven't brought back story mode. Thoughts?
Wait, is that confirmed?
Yeah, the subspace
it's not
emissary.
confirmed. I mean,
But they talked about
a lot of
Olimar's
stuff.
helmet
Yeah.
in it
Right.
and didn't mention a story mode.
Yeah. Okay,
So
that's fair.
considering how deep a dive that was into the game, yeah, I would suspect if it was making a return, they would have at least mentioned it.
Yeah. I did like Subspace Emissary personally. Like that was fun. Am I the only one?
No. I enjoyed it too, but I just don't think the amount of time that goes into making all that happen, there's a payoff for it. I mean, like our staff, the whole reason why we love Smash is because every day you hop in for just an hour, and just beat up your friends, and that's where that game lives, honestly.
What do you, as a Smash fan and fanatic, how do you feel about the trickle of characters? They said that the roster will probably be about as big as the N64 Smash roster when it comes out.
Right.
And they'll be releasing, over time the rest of the characters. I assume that also means stages and things like that will come over time.
I hope that there's a nice balance between, like, this is your starting roster, but you do certain activities and things that will at least unlock like maybe half of the 60-odd characters that are going to be in it. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on who you main, right? Because like if the character you like is there, then whatever. The rest of the characters coming in, they don't really mean much to me.
Right.
But I think for some people, yeah, the waiting game might be hard. Hopefully, it's all truncated to like a 4-month period of time. So it's like every couple of weeks you're getting a couple new characters or stages.
Well, and considering how much there is to add, that doesn't seem like it'd be unreasonable.
Right. Yeah. They did say in the presentation that they're going to make it fun to unlock the characters, if I remember correctly. So that's why I was not confused, but hoping that there might be a story mode, because that is how you unlocked some things in Smash before. But I mean, there has to be some sort of beat these characters, fight this fight, and you'll unlock Cloud type of thing.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah, or I mean, maybe they could also take cues from some of the other games they've been doing. Like they have the challenges in Splatoon 2. Like where they make an event out of it, and like this is a thing where so and so comes in and there's these feature battles, and you're fighting all taking them on potentially. Maybe that's something that they could do in lieu of a story mode.
Right.
Is similar to the Splatoon stuff, or like to Pokemon Go or whatever, make big entrances for the additions.
I do hope we still get the new challengers approaching though.
Oh yeah.
Like that classic type of feel, because that would be nice that you're unlocking this character.
It would be really smart on Nintendo, because they've been so great about that Splatoon community challenge stuff. If they kind of treat it the same way, where it's like, hey, everybody has to do something on a specific stage, and the more people to do it, the faster it unlocks these characters, and really encourage the community to show up and
because they will,
yeah,
in a big way, especially for Smash.
One thing that I did know, and I might have misheard them, but when Sakurai was talking about the Mii Fighters, he said he was hoping to have them available for online?
No, I noted that as well, is that they were trying to get them ready for online play. So it sounds like those are, at the moment, I don't know if they're treating them as kind of experimental and they need to do some additional work to balance them, or what it is that, like, I'm not sure why they're not considered ready or what it is exactly.
Yeah.
He said they changed proportions up a little bit.
Maybe there's something about the way the skills are structured this time too, because you could upgrade your fighter different ways, based on what you earn. So.
Right, because in this case it's the sword fighter, the brawler, and the gunner, and so you can sort of approach it like one of the 3 play styles for them. So maybe there's some additional complexities to that part of development that aren't really evident just from the presentation.
And it's a difficult thing to balance, like with so many characters, like even Kirby now having access to all of these characters. Like I imagine it's a ton of work for developers.
Yeah, absolutely.
But super exciting for the community, obviously.
Yeah, very exciting. Any other big takeaways from this for you?
Just as you guys know Metroid, which is a little weird because we got the logo, and maybe, I was hoping like a cutscene or at least to see Samus's design.
Yeah, it implies to me that it's going to be a while before it comes out, because they were talking about 2018 and 2019 games in this. So that makes me think that we probably won't see Metroid Prime 4 until sometime after next E3.
Yep.
I'm a little concerned about the amount of games Nintendo has come out this year, because it doesn't seem like it matches up to the first year of releases where we had really good pacing of like, Legend of Zelda, then you had Mario Kart, Splatoon, or ARMS, Splatoon, like you had the Mario plus Rabbids, you had all these like well-timed, every time you got a little bored of your Switch, they would come out with something else. And it doesn't feel like we have quite that this time around.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep in mind as well that the first party lineup for their first year, they started with Breath of the Wild, followed it by moving Mario Kart 8 Deluxe from the Wii U up to the Switch, then followed that up with ARMS, then followed it with Splatoon 2, then followed it with Mario Odyssey. So they really did, like, they took their launch window very, very seriously. It has let off a little bit since then, for sure. The most recent thing being Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, also a bring up from the Wii U. So it does seem like it's a little bit slower on the first-party front this year, but they're also bringing in their heavy hitters. Smash is going to be huge, as it's going to move a lot of hardware. I think it's going to have a lot of fans, and then also their other big dog, Pokemon. Even though this is a non-core Pokemon title, they're doing this one because of the scale of appeal of Pokemon Go. So they're bringing fewer titles, but I mean, aside from Mario and Zelda, Pokemon and Smash are easily their heaviest hitters.
I feel like they're taking, like you said, the two heavy hitters and putting them in this year's lineup, and then letting the third parties be sprinkled around them at the bottom. So they're like, we're not ignoring releasing things to Switch, it's just not our main titles, but like the two titles that they are releasing, like you said, Pokemon and Smash, is like, you'll be busy with those for a while.
Yeah, and then filling in gaps with Fire Emblem.
Right, there's Fire Emblem coming out.
Octopath Traveler.
Exactly, there's like games that people are excited about, and then also like we were seeing the third-party releases that were coming out. Like there's fighting games coming out for it. You know, the specific Nintendo's Minecraft is coming out if you're into that. So it's like, they're not doing Mario, Zelda, 1-2 punch, but I mean, they kind of are with Smash and Pokemon. It's just a little bit dialed down. I feel like it's also, we trust Nintendo a little bit more at this point. Like people were saying, the Switch is gonna flop, it's gonna suck. And then they're like, that's funny. So now Nintendo can breathe a little bit. Also, if they're gonna keep releasing stuff for Smash, people are gonna be busy with it for a bit.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get to see, at least next year, we get to see something about Metroid, because it's kind of a bummer not to see that.
If
Also-
next year's Metroid Animal Crossing, I'd be okay with that. I mean, I would love to see those now, but if they are trying to make sure that they have at least 2 heavy franchises, first party per year, so that they've got a nice, strong multi-year rotation of their first party efforts, then, I mean, that makes sense. It's I want it all now, but it makes sense.
Also, I have a small feeling, as much as I love Animal Crossing, we've heard something about Metroid before Animal Crossing. So I have a feeling next year they're going to do mainline Pokemon game, because that's coming out in 2019, and then Metroid focus. And then maybe, if we're lucky, we'll hear something about poor old Tom Nook. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're doing 2 to 3 heavy hitters per year. And I feel like that's okay. Specifically because Nintendo has, like, if you could list all the heavy hitters, like, not just that you love, because, like, I can't even count Fire Emblem as a heavy hitter just because I love it. Like, how many would you list for Nintendo? It'd be Pokemon, Smash, Zelda, Mario.
Donkey Kong anything.
Donkey Kong anything.
Mario Kart is another one that's separate from Mario.
Right.
Mario Party's another big one.
Right, and
we are
that's
getting
coming
that. And then with Nintendo, it's also really easy to overlook some of them, because we do get really focused on the Marios and the Zeldas of the world.
Right.
But pretty much every franchise that they put effort into is pretty significant. There are very few franchises that they've pushed that haven't found their niche.
It's true, because even like I said, not everybody's excited about Fire Emblem, but Fire Emblem has a huge following. It has a ton of games. It has a very successful mobile game. So people are excited about it. It may not be Legend of Zelda, but it's up there.
Yeah.
So like you said, Nintendo doesn't really do anything half-assed. They put something out and people like it, usually.
I was pretty disappointed, though, that they didn't clarify the online system that's coming out with kind of, I know it's not virtual console.
They didn't really at all.
No.
They sort of put out like a Nintendo amount of information about it. Right? Like enough to be like, yeah, it's going to cost money, and
you can pre-order it now.
This is what will be included with it. Yeah. So.
Wait, you can pre-order online?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame we didn't get more detail. But you're right, they did offer already probably about as much information as they intend to offer. I think they do have a few things that they can continue to announce up to their actual launch, like what the rest of their classic lineup is.
Right.
Yep.
But other than that, it's like, we know the pricing, we know the features, we know all those things. I was honestly surprised we didn't get more information about Pokemon Let's Go.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought that because they spent time announcing it previously that we'd get something different this time, and we really didn't.
Wondering how much more there is to say about it if they haven't said much. They also said you're going to be able to import your Pokemon from Pokemon Go, but they just showed the exact thing.
Yeah, they
the
didn't
exact same
change
Let's
any
Go
of the
part.
information.
How that all is going to work. And
Although they did give us a little more information about the battling, like people were assuming that it was just Pokemon Go mechanics and there was no battles, but they showed.
No, they showed battles in the.
They showed battles in the trailers before.
Yeah.
I heard. I guess that was just from what I saw. I saw a lot of people being like, "Well, I want to battle Pokemon."
They didn't show wild Pokemon battles.
That's
They
what
showed-
it was. Wild.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
what it
wild
They showed
battles.
trainer battles.
But the fact that you can fight with a friend on one screen is really cool. I know they talked about that before, but it's like they gave us, like you said, Adam, a Nintendo amount of information
Little
more
nuggets.
about Pokemon Let's Go. And I feel like they did that because there isn't much more to tell.
Yeah.
It's the same region. It's great graphics. You're running around. Your Pokemon go with you, and you will
They let's
battle
go
with
with
friends.
you.
They let's go with you. Yes.
Yes.
But what else is there? Like, if it's the same region, there's going to be gym battles. You're going to do the same gym battles probably, but everybody's going to look great. Be all
High definition.
high def and stuff.
And a quick note for our audience, for those of you guys that are watching as well, they did do the Hey Fortnite, and guess what? Available at 10 a.m. It is now 10 a.m., my dudes. So Fortnite is now available on the Switch for those of you who want to get in immediately. You can do so now.
And a bigger deal than that is Hollow Knight available.
Oh, I'm really excited about that. That's exciting.
If you could take one game out of this presentation and add one game in to make it a perfect presentation, what would you do?
Let's see, how much do I hate people? Because if I wanted to make everyone suffer terribly, I would take out Smash.
Wow.
That would be, that's like the meanest thing I could ever think of possibly doing. No, if I could sacrifice one game to get one of my own, I mean, I would probably trade out Mario Party for Animal Crossing, just based on my personal game preference. But I think it's great that we're getting Mario Party. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think what they're doing with it seems really cool.
I would also go Mario Party, but instead I would prefer to have Wind Waker HD.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I would sacrifice Mario Party, and no surprise, I would say Animal Crossing, or I would love for them to say, guess what? This is the title of the mainline Pokemon game coming out. Even if we just got a logo, like.
Wait, you would hold on. You would sacrifice the release of Mario Party to get the name of the next Pokemon game?
That's where I'm at right now, yeah.
Damn.
That's where I'm at.
It's bold. It's bold.
I'm making bold moves right now.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take. I'm here for your hot takes and your
It's got a logo.
high shoes.
2 logos at least.
Interested that we've got a new demo for Octopath Traveler as well.
Yes, I'm so excited.
That was one of the cool things they had when they revealed Octopath Traveler was, oh, and hey, there's a demo, and we want your feedback. And then we all assumed that they would change their name to something slightly less bizarre. And then I guess everyone just got used to it, and we're like, Octopath Traveler sounds good.
And I feel like
now it is.
Playing Octopath, it gave me such old school, like RPG vibes. I enjoyed the demo so much. I cannot wait for Octopath Traveler to come out. It seems like
you got another demo, and it is coming out very soon.
The
so
other
that's
demo's
great.
coming out at the end of E3. I think it said June 14th.
No, I think the demo's available.
No, I think the demo. I think you're right. The demo might be the 14th.
Yes, but the Octopath Traveler is
a couple of weeks.
July something. It's close.
Yeah,
I'm
close.
stoked.
Yeah. So, like overall, I'm feeling pretty happy with what Nintendo showed at the Direct. Again, I got my own hopes up for certain things that I didn't get, but I had no reason to expect that they were coming just because I want them.
Right.
I mean, I believe in the power of dreams, but
not to that.
But also, we knew that this was going to be the E3 of Smash, and they delivered that. If there's something you want to know about Smash, you pretty well got it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the GameCube controller support? Does that matter for you in the way you play?
Absolutely. Like, actually, when it came out for Wii U, we all hooked up with some guys at PDP and got those custom ones that they made that worked on it. But then we also have the the controller support little hub that. So yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody in the office uses GameCube controllers, unless we can't all fit around. If we're playing 8-person Smash, we kind of go to the tablet or a couple wireless ones.
Sure. So having them acknowledge and make efforts to support that is good for the Smash fans.
And not only is it good for the fans, but it's very important to competitive. Like, there are so many people who compete in Smash that that's the only way they would. So, at least they acknowledge that and they're supporting it.
Do you think they'll have wavelength support?
I don't know. Like Wavebird controllers,
Wavebird,
right?
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
meant. Not
Like,
Wavebird,
I mean,
yeah, Wavebird controller. Because like that's the only one I have left. I don't have a wired GameCube controller.
I have to imagine that if they support the dongle, then it should also work for the Wavebird controllers. The same thing. Yeah.
So we will have technically wireless GameCube controllers. Because
Yes,
like
we will.
like I said, that's the only one that I still have like buried in my controller.
Well,
I wonder if
good news
8-person
is-
will fit on the actual Switch screen. Like, I wonder if that mode will work.
The good news is I did just get an update from Nintendo that they are bringing Smash Bros. Ultimate on our show later today. It'll be on 3:40 p.m. It'll be live gameplay. We will be playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate live on this show later today.
Nice. Please have Falco
if you want to see it in action, I'm gonna loop in some better players than me, but we're gonna actually have hands-on time live on the show with what we just saw, which is very, very exciting. So I hope you guys all join us for that. That's gonna be dope.
I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really, really good time. We're gonna see a couple other titles from Nintendo throughout the show as well. Tomorrow we're going to see Overcooked 2, and on Thursday we're gonna see both Super Mario Party and Octopath Traveler. They're going to be bringing onto the show.
Yes!
Nintendo last year was easily like one of the best guests that we had on. They bring on people who they're super knowledgeable, very enthusiastic, great at showing us the games, and we have a lot of fun with it. So really looking forward to those. We've actually pretty soon here we're going to kick off our E3 show floor coverage. The floor is opening very soon, so we're going to be sort of switching over into that mode, which means that very shortly here, the developers for all the biggest games that are here at E3 are going to be bringing their games onto our show. Today alone, we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5, Anthem, Spider-Man, Skull and Bones, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Forza Horizon 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Telltale's The Walking Dead, Super Smash Bros., and there's a couple that doesn't include as well. So this is going to be a crazy day. I hope everyone is able to stick around. We'll be seeing more of all those games, getting all the answers we want from the developers based on the very brief teasers they showed us at the different presentations. So going to be a big day, and super excited that we're going to get to see more of Super Mario Party on Thursday as well. The next 3 days are going to be just wall-to-wall game demos and interviews, and it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So hope you guys will join us for all of that stuff. We will be tweeting out when big things come up. We'll be letting you know which games are coming up in our coverage as well. So stay tuned for that. We're going to go into kind of a reset mode right now. So we'll bring up the slate. We're going to get the show set up for all of our guests and get ready to kick off with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Do you think we can get Assassin's Creed and Mario into Smash to fight over who gets to be Odyssey?
I want Cassandra to wear Cappy. That's my dream. I want that crossover.
It turns out that's how it all works.
You have to throw in Abe as well from Abe's Odyssey.
Abe's Odyssey.
Yes,
There you
and
go.
Abe. So a three-way fight.
Perfect.
So we're going to set that up. I will be back live in just a little bit with our full show for the day. Hope you stick around. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to know from the developers. You can tweet us at Rooster Teeth, also at RT_the know. That's the one I'll be checking, so it'll be really easy to like fit the questions in. And we will see you guys very, very soon. What a day already. Holy crap.
Smash!
Smash.